But nah, that's some real shit though, what you said, Q. Like, don't go to sleep mad, you know what I'm saying? And like what you said, Dev, like, don't put off what you can do today. Like, and especially if it's over petty shit. Like, yo, that was the one thing for me, right? Like, when I got the text message, I got it from Sean and Sean Daniels. And I'm sitting there, right? And not necessarily having an argument with Shorty, but like we're not seeing eye to eye at that moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, bro. Like I just went up to her and I was like, yo, fuck the bullshit. Like literally, like fuck the bull. It's stupid. It's small. It's petty. It's fuck it because it's not fucking worth it. You're worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I drive a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when the fuck the last time I'm gonna see you, but fuck it, I'm gonna make sure at the last time that if there ever is a last time, like, you gonna know where you stand with me.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? And yeah, dog. Like with that being said, man, yeah.
Got to.
You know what I'm saying? Got to. We keep going. You know what I'm saying? We keep going. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Keep It a Full Buck podcast, episode 33. A very, very seldom episode, to say the least. You know, we're here to do two things, man. We, you know, morning is a hard thing, but more than anything, man, I want to celebrate, right? Because I've listened, bro. I've cried. I ain't gonna stunt. I don't care. Hell, when I was up in like when we was kicking it, what was it, Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you remember how I dapped you up, and then we were watching ESPN, and I stood there for like an hour longer after I dapped you up, which never happens.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I was in tears.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. Like, I will admit that because, you know, just so that everybody knows, you know, this is the Kobe Bryant episode. 2, 4, 8, however you want to split it. You know what I'm saying? This is the Gigi Bryant episode, you know, number 2, however you want to split it. You know, or the other victims, which unfortunately, you know, I don't know off the top of my head, but, you know, this is for y'all as well. And yeah, bro, you know, I got my man Q here as always. You know what I mean?
Yo, what's goody?
And you know, we got Dev in here too. You know, I got a feeling Dev is gonna want to chime in. You know what I'm saying? Every now and again. And then, you know, the Dewey King, you know, he's not gonna be able to be here, but you know, that was one of the first people that I hit up too.
Yeah, he definitely he shares his condolences, and like he was very affected. Like,
yeah.
Similar to everybody else, like I think almost everybody that I talked to about the situation at some point has told me that they like cried.
Yeah.
And whether it be because like you're a fan of basketball, because you're a fan of life, like because you can just like relate to the situation because people go through hard things in life. Like it's just hard to see, and you know.
Facts.
But yeah, he definitely is here in spirit. Is the point I was trying to make there?
Without question. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna celebrate. We're gonna move, and you know, we're gonna move the Mamba way, right? The Mamba way, the Mamba mentality, which is preparation, hard work, dedication. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, go ahead, dog, do your thing.
Fell asleep watching Sports Center. Woke up on some shit. Gotta appreciate the greats. Got them screaming encore. They just want more. Black Mamba. Got them screaming encore. They just want more. Yeah, who you know did it like Kobe, 60 to go. Woo. That's some cold shit, call it 60 below. I mean, he play like he got ice in his veins. Shoot it in your face from far, man, that boy gotta be nice at the range. I talked with him twice at the games, once had to trade it on video. I say we had a nice little exchange of words. He said you gotta come and spice up the game, say word. Kobe giving me advice is insane, absurd. Your favorite player, you watch slice through the lane. It's putting you on the game and the price of this fame. These are things that let you know that your life's gonna change. And that shit stuck in your head like a knife in your brain. See, back then, I just wanted ice in my chain. Some sneakers, some jerseys, some flights on a plane. I mean, I was getting money, started pricing little things. Chasing all the girls, didn't have a wifey to explain. Just the light skin in the range, the nicest with the brain. The head that make you come before the light could even change. Whoa. Back to the other scoring leader. See, I was fucking with son when he wore Adidas, number 8 in the fro. They was hating him, no. When you blow up, why do people try to flating you, though? Like, they ain't got 5 rings of their own, but these peasant niggas still try kings on a throne. I mean, this chick told me give her a ring or she gone. And after that, she couldn't get a ring on the phone. The number you have reached is no longer in service for a leash. Remember you Lisa Turtles tried to treat me like I'm Screech, but I was Zach Morris, get some things you can't teach, like them game-winning shots. You gotta wanna take it. Same way you can miss it is the same way you can make it. That's that Kobe fourth quarter shit. You saw this shit. In 2000 he threw it up and Shaq caught the shit. Nigga, I be on my Jordan shit. Reggie sent the Kobe pack. Jordan 3, Jordan 8, Laker jersey coordinate. Matter of time before they call your name. Hope you ready for that Hall of Fame. April 13th, Mamba Day forever. Kobe gone, but his legacy gon' play forever. A quick 40 for my man Kobe. Now they said he gave 40 to every team in the league, so I just gave y'all a quick 40. You wanna wake up. Got them screaming encore, they just want more. Got them screaming encore, they just want more. Said I got them screaming encore, they just want more.
Rest in peace, Mamba. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for the legacy. Thank you for the teachings. Quick moment of silence. Thank you, Kobe. With that being said, man, there's gonna be a couple of things that I'm gonna ask you to pull up. Like, I'm gonna ask you to pull up his the joint that he won an Oscar for.
The short?
Yeah, the Love for Basketball joint. I played that for the kids recently because Sunday was the Grammys. Mm-hmm. And when everything happened, like, I was talking to Hav and I was explaining to him, like, Kobe is one of the greatest basketball players to ever do it. I was like, but guess what? He also won an Oscar. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, he won an Oscar, and I was like, that's letting you know, like, you want to be an anime creator and you want to be the president of the United States, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? Just, as long as you have the dedication that and understanding the hard work that has to go into it, mm-hmm. you can do anything. Like, that's a man right there that, like, showed us for real, we can do anything we want to do as long as you put the hard work and the dedication in.
Right. I love the way that you worded that too, because, like, that was kind of everything that he embodied. That's like what everything that Mamba mentality embodied. That's like, if you put the time and the effort in, that you can go out there and do anything that you set your mind to. It's all about the hard work that you put in. It's all about creating those relationships with people,
Yeah.
And really not just really giving them the love that they deserve. Like, everybody always speaks so highly of Kobe, not just after this happened, but before too.
Of course. LeBron, not my fault to interrupt, but LeBron passing Kobe was a huge deal to anybody who was a basketball fan.
Yeah. And, like, I wasn't even just, like, talking about the basketball aspect of it, just, like, as a man. Before we started running, we were talking about the interview from the sportscaster off SportsCenter this morning.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of her name, but she was just going into depth about the first time that she met Kobe and just how, even though she was starstruck, before he even gave her a chance to kind of, like, ask him a bunch of, like, basketball related questions and just questions about his life, he was already asking her like, oh, like how many months pregnant are you? Is it a boy or a girl? Like, you know what I mean? And then he's going into, oh, like girls are a blessing to have and like this and that. And I feel like it just goes to show the type of individual that he was. And then like, this is so much bigger than basketball, you know? The first half of this episode is definitely going to be a little sour, talking about like a lot of like just how somber it's been the last few days, like since the news has like hit. But I definitely want to take certain time in this episode to celebrate the lives of, you know, the individuals that were lost in this crash and just, you know, do more than just mourn their deaths. No, because like that's all I really see on social media, you know. And bro, you know, like we're real big anime fans, like super big anime fans, and if anybody hasn't watched season 4 of My Hero Academia, I apologize because this is a major spoiler alert. But Night Eye just died in that episode that just passed, and while he was on his deathbed, you know, he was he said this quote, and it really just like stuck out for me, you know. And he's like, if like you spend all your time like crying and like being sad and like angry over the things that happen to you, like it allows like the villains of this world to win, you know. Like what saves humanity and like what's able to save us all is that smile, you know. And that's really what I've been trying to like focus on the last couple of days, where it's like I've really truthfully been trying to stay off of social media and all this because of all that, like that grief. It just festers and it builds up inside of you, and people don't realize how toxic and unhealthy it can be to just like let those emotions just like just sit on it. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why like I've really just been trying to like spread more positivity than even that I usually have. I don't think I'm necessarily the most optimistic person ever, but I definitely have just been trying to shed that just happiness and just that thankfulness for being here today. And thankfulness for having those people around me. Man. And taking those moments, you know. Absolutely.
And that's probably the key, right? Like being able to sit there and just tell them like, yo, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Being able to tell like everybody that you feel like you love, yo, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, you know what I mean? Like it was funny, man, because after I got off the interview today or whatever, when I called you, you know what I'm saying, when you was napping, like it was literally just to call you to let you know, like great moment in my life, and I want to celebrate it with you, my brother. I just wanted to tell you that I thank you and I love you. You feel me? That was literally it.
Congratulations, by the way.
Appreciate it. But like, you know what I mean? Because it's like it kind of sucks that unfortunately certain tragic events have to wake us up, right? But that's how much of a jolt this is. And it's not just from the sports arena. Like literally like you said, bro, there isn't a news outlet. My mom, I'm having a conversation with my mom about it. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's on the Spanish news. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like there isn't all right. So let's do this. Everything that you just said, let's do that. Because again, the impact that his death, because it wasn't just him that passed. All right. There are families that are affected now forever, right? Because of this tragedy. And the impact that he had, though, was just so monumental that it has touched so many people around the globe. Seeing, you know, I don't know if you saw the basketball court. I think it was like in Singapore.
I've seen so many portraits already been put up, like, and they're beautiful.
I'll be honest with you, my favorite one that I've seen thus far is, and I've already respected this man for what he's been able to accomplish, but for him to do what he did and for this organization to do what they did, the UConn Huskies basketball girls, the women's basketball team, for them to say that. Gigi is a honorary Husky for life. Put a number 2 jersey on the bench, with flowers on there. I respect that so much because it's like she's a baby, bro. She's 13 years old. Like my daughter's gonna be 13 years old this year, December. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this, which is even insane too, because like Saturday I was having a conversation with her mom, and like we were just talking about how, like, I asked her, I was like, so, what happened with Ariana in basketball and all that? And she didn't make the team. And I was like, that's cool, though. Guess what? Jordan didn't make his first team neither. You know what I mean? Kobe coming into the league, his first 3 years was riding the bench. Mm-hmm. That's okay. And right after, the situation happened, like, I was just thinking in my head, like, this weekend coming up when I'm in Florida, like, I gotta at least, like, let them know, like, regardless, it doesn't matter, because I'm gonna sit here and keep it a full buck. I have not been the father that they deserve. I have not been the father that they deserve, warrant, need, all of the above. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks saying it, but it's a fact. You feel me? And knowing that I'm gonna be in the same state as them, like, I don't give a fuck regardless. Like, it's gonna happen where at minimum, like, I'm going to let them know, like, no matter what, know this, I love you with everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, same thing for my sons, but they get to see me every day. My daughters are different. They don't, you know what I mean? So it's like, for them, it's like, it sucks that a tragedy like this had to happen to kind of wake me the fuck up. But, like, because I've already been moving the ball the way that it should be going towards, for my relationship with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, thank you, Kobe, for even in death continuing to teach us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, all right, you said it yourself, right? Kobe was your generation, right? I had Jordan, but I also had Kobe. You know what I mean? Like, what would you sit there and say is, like, you're, like, the number one joint where you just sat there and you was just like, that's my dog.
And I'm finna hop into that in depth, because there were a couple of moments, but there's one in particular.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that the words, like, Kobe woke you up to being a better father is the right way to describe it, because I don't think that he woke you up necessarily. I think that's an attempt that you've been trying to make for a while. It's just similar to what we were talking about again before we started airing about, like, sometimes we take time for granted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? More than anything. So it's like we think that we're allotted more time to, like, do these things, and then, like, when we look back at it, we're just like, damn, like, what were we doing that was so important that we couldn't go out here and do that? So I definitely don't think, like, the words, like, woken up for it. It's just more like, okay, like, I realize how sudden anything can happen. Right. So, like, I don't have time to wait to make a difference in this relationship or other relationships in my life. Like, I need to do it now. But my favorite Kobe moment is, like, a handful of them.
Yeah.
The one that I enjoyed the most, do you remember that East versus West game versus, I don't remember exactly what year it was, but it was while LeBron, like, was still on the East, bro.
Okay.
And it was pretty much at, like, I think it might have been, like, his first year with Miami, deadass. Okay. And, like, it was, like, at the pinnacle of the whole LeBron is now the king of basketball type thing, and da-da-da-da-da. And something that we really didn't get to see was, like, there's, like, that Kobe-LeBron matchup besides, like, regular season games. So I always got excited to see them face off in, like, the East versus West.
Yeah.
And I always felt like, Kobe, you should just give LeBron a bucket, bro, every time. There was a stat that got pulled up the other day, and it's ironic enough, it was the morning that Kobe had passed. I was reading this, and it was LeBron's career field goal percentage against Kobe was, like, 29%. And Kobe's career field goal percentage against LeBron was 55.
Yeah.
And I was just like, bro, like, I don't know, outside of Michael Jordan, yeah. I don't know if there was a better one-on-one isolation basketball player. Like, if you take one player and you had to put another player against them.
Yeah.
I always say, like, Kobe could have competed
against
with anybody, bro. Anybody. Any position, bro. It did not matter because, like, he just not only had that dog in him, but he was just such a complete basketball player as a whole. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't reliant on one part of his game, which is what I always loved about him. You know what I mean? Oh, he can't pass the ball. Goes out there and has, like, a 15 assist game. oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's getting older. Like, how is he going to fare guarding these other positions? You know what I mean? And you still see him go out on the court, and he's just a dog. Comes back off of an Achilles tear at like 30. What was that at the time? 38.
No. What
37.
Was it? The first time, because remember, didn't he tear it twice? Or was that
he tore his it might have been his meniscus.
Okay.
And then he tore the Achilles.
Yeah.
But when he had the Achilles tear, remember, like, that was like the big one.
Because of the age. And it's an Achilles. I mean, a 21-year-old kid coming back from an Achilles it's still tough.
And he still was able to go back there and do it. And then my last moment though would have to be when he won the first championship without Shaq against the Celtics.
Oh man, when that monkey got off his back.
After losing the first year to them, and then he pushed it to Game 7, and he didn't have like a crazy Game 7. Like
he went 7 for 22.
Yeah, 22 points. But if you look like at the stats in the game, it's like, bro, he had a crazy like rebounding game. Yes. There were just like different points in the game where it's like he knew his shot wasn't falling, so he's making the hustle plays. And I just went to when I seen it, it just showed me that like as the best player on your team, you have to understand at times that you can't do everything by yourself.
Right.
You know? And he knew that in that game. He knew that his shot wasn't falling. So he went out there and he got the ball to Powell. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? He knew that there were other things on the court that were equally as important to him actually going up there and changing the scoreboard itself to the game. And I just like, I loved and respect him so much for that. Yeah. And I always said growing up that like, if there was one thing that I couldn't hate about the Lakers, it was Kobe Bryant.
Right.
You know, and that's a fact.
It's funny, man, because like me, you know what I mean? I'm a Sixers fan. And I grew up in that AI Kobe battle era.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that
was another All-Star game. That was fucking insane.
So check it though, right? One of my fondest Kobe memories is an All-Star game, and it shows who he is. Right, I just looked up the highlight just to confirm, like I didn't make this up.
Right,
Michael Jordan's last All-Star game, and mind you, you know who Mike is to me, right? And that's the thing. Like it was funny, right? Hearing people say, like, you know, Kobe always made you feel something, whether it was you loved him or hated him. Like he made you feel something.
Right, in fact,
that game, I despised him. Like I was like, I hate you. Why you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and I was going in
because he's doing it to your dog.
So check it though. This is the reason why, right? All right, so MJ, right, overtime hits the go ahead bucket. AI jumps up at fucking Jordan, jumps higher as shit because of how they excited they are. Michael Jordan did it again. Right, and of course he did it in his last All-Star game.
Right,
he hit the game-winning shot, and then here comes Kobe Bean Bryant saying, "Oh, you think I'm gonna just let you ride in the sunset?
Yeah,
that's cute." Fucking comes down the court and shoots a 3 and gets fouled, and I'm like, "Oh my God." He just fucking lost the game for Michael Jordan. I'm like, this dude just cost MJ his last All-Star game, bro. But yeah, he did. Because he was like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? And I love that shit, bro. So for me, like, you know me, I'm always about the killers. I'm always about the killer, bro.
Back.
And it's like, so for me, that moment right there, like is one of my fondest memories of Kobe, just because again he made me feel.
Yeah.
Right? And then the other one that made me like feel. There's two things that I emulate in the workplace. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever I feel like I did a phenomenal job, I do one or two things. I either do, so D Wade before, like the year right before LeBron came to Miami, I remember like he went on a tear because they were not going to make the playoffs, but he was like, fuck that shit. D Wade did what D Wade does, made the playoffs, and they were like the 8th seed, and you know, they lost 4-1.
Arguably his last year is MVP caliber.
Yes,
Wade.
Absolutely. And they lost 4-1 the series, but the one game that they won, he scored like 60-something points to make sure that they won. And what he did was he screamed into his hand.
Yeah.
Like I love that moment because I love D Wade, right? The second thing that I emulate is Kobe, right? This man, this was right after, like not right after, but this was like when everybody's doubting, is he a winner? You know what I'm saying? Is he, or is he just a ball hog? Overtime against the Phoenix Suns, and it's just counting down. 3, 2, tosses it up. 1, and that shit goes in, and I'm like, yo, that's like, that moment was amazing. And then what he did is what I do constantly, bro.
Yeah.
Grab my shirt and let them know I have heart, dog. Like, you can think anything about me, but the one thing that you will know for fact, I have heart.
Right.
And that's because when I'm telling you, when Kobe did, woo, bro, that's it right there, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you deserve it.
Fact.
You deserve it.
Yeah. Bro, there's so many great teams that didn't get to see a championship because they ran into Kobe Bryant.
Or that only saw one championship.
Fact. Because they ran into Kobe Bryant, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the Spurs probably would have won, like, bro, like 9 chips straight, bro.
Possibly.
If it wasn't for the Lakers at that time. You know?
The Nets. You know what I'm saying?
The Nets, the Kings.
The Kings.
Bro.
Portland.
And then you just said the Suns, bro. Like, that Suns team, bro. That Mike D'Antoni and Mari Stoudemire, Steve Nash Suns, bro. That team, bro, I don't, like, for basketball fans today, especially, like, the younger ones, y'all might not have even, like, heard of this team, bro. But the team at that time, bro, like, remember when that team got constructed and they had, like, Shaq, bro, and they had all of them, and that Shaq was right before, like, Amari, right?
No, he was during Amari.
Right. Yeah. They only had him for, like, the one season, though. Yeah. But still, like, you're seeing them construct this team with, like, Sean Marion
that
and,
was
like, all of
the Matrix. Like, they had Quentin, you know, they had Ice Cold Joe.
Fact.
Yeah.
Bro, and it's like, you're seeing them construct this team, and it's like, some of it be through the draft, some of it through trades, and you're like, there's no way that this team doesn't go to a championship and win a finals, bro. Like, there's no way. Like, Steve Nash, I think he won his second MVP the season that they lost. Because, that you're talking about right now.
Because it arguably should have been Kobe's.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Yeah.
And, well, it should have been Kobe's, but you know that
I say arguably because I don't want to seem like I'm like, gee, shit, I hate the whole dick riding thing. I don't do that. You know what I mean? But, and at the end of the day, Steve Nash is you know, a formidable MVP, but
it was, bro, it's like the same thing with the LeBron era where it was like LeBron could have won MVP like
every single year
for like 6-7 years. Kobe could have won every MVP every year for like a good like 5 to 7 year span.
Yeah.
And it would have been like,
okay,
it is what it is.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like him and Tim Duncan were just like above and beyond, like just the best players in basketball.
Yeah.
So it was just like, he stopped so many great teams from being able to go. He stopped the Celtics' big three from really like cementing themselves as a dynasty. Like they're going to be looked at as like one of the good teams in NBA history, but they'll never be looked at as a dynasty.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's because of Kobe Bryant.
And shout outs to the Celtics too, because, you know, obviously, like, being able to beat the Lakers is a huge thing.
Yeah.
But that was the one thing that I did love that Kobe said after he beat the Celtics. He was like, you know, winning one against Dwight was cool, but like that one right there, like, meant everything as a Laker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it's the greatest rivalry in sports,
all
bro.
The sports.
I don't care what anybody tries to tell me, bro. In every era of basketball is the best when the Lakers and the Celtics are good basketball teams.
I agree.
You know what I mean? That's when basketball is the most exciting. And to be honest, when I was growing up, that's really what drew me to the sport. Like, obviously, like, I'm on the other side of that. Like, I'm not on the Lakers side. Like, Paul Pierce was my dog growing up. I just seen the killer mentality in them. I think I started liking the Celtics because of NBA Jams.
All right.
I used to play with the Celtics in NBA Jams, bro, right when it was literally like right when they got KG and like Ray Allen. And I was like, bro, they're so fun to play with.
Oh, you mean the PlayStation one with the 3?
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
And you can play with the 3 of them, bro. And like, I just love playing with Paul Pierce on that joint. So I just started watching it a little bit more and I just got more into the sport and stuff like that. So then like, I just got to see like my first couple of years of watching the NBA, just like those crazy battles in the finals. And it's like, how could you not respect a man that in terms was like one of the bigger reasons that you got and like fell in love with the sport, you know?
It's funny, right? Because MJ's the reason why I fell in love with the sport. But after, I want to say, because 98 he retired, and I remember like I didn't follow sports as much, you know what I'm saying? Because I was still younger, you know what I mean? So it was like, all right, cool, Michael Jordan's done, so like I'm done watching basketball. And then again, and I'm telling you, bro, this is hands down what brought me back. And shout outs to my sister for this as well. AI versus Kobe was fucking box office every single time. And like you, I was on the other side. AI's my guy.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my dog.
Are you from Philly, bro?
It's like
you can't now fuck with AI.
You can't, bro. You can't. And you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. And seeing him always get the best of AI, like you know, ultimately winning, basically, right? And then even like the finals, bro. Like, it was funny. People forget. Like, I think it was like game 3, game 4. Shaq didn't. You know what I mean? Like, Shaq still was the MVP.
Bro, no.
Kobe carried here in Philly. Kobe said, no. This is my home.
And I hate that narrative that Shaq carried Kobe to finals. And I'll say this, like, maybe like the first
against the
finals
Pacers
that they won.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Shaq had a little bit more to do that than the Kobe. If you look at their stat lines after that finals, bro, it was almost an even split.
I'm telling you that
30 apiece. Like, you know what I mean? They're both averaging 30 points. They're both playing similar amounts of minutes. It was like they were
the dynamic duo,
the best 1-2 punch of all time. And like, I just came on the air and said it because like we were talking about this not too long ago. I don't know in a 2-on-2 basketball game if there is a team that you can put up against that team that would beat them in their prime. And it's like, I genuinely don't think so.
Yeah.
Like I go to that Bulls team with MJ and Scotty, and I'm like, bro, Scotty would have got Lil Boyd by Shaq.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And then like you go to other teams around the league and it's just like, there's always a mismatch, whether it be on the guard end for Kobe or the back end for Shaq. Like there's just no team that you just like feel comfortable putting up against them. And
it's funny too, man, because like that's, you know, the growth of Kobe that we were able to see. That is the one thing that I do love about what everybody has been talking about, right? How he came into our vision as a child. He was 18 years old.
Yep.
And a majority of his life has been lived in the limelight than not in the limelight. You know what I'm saying? And like for us to be able to see this man grow, go through trials and tribulations, literally, make mistakes and show us, number one, what true love is, because that bond that he has with his wife, you know, hearts and prayers go out to her. And I thank them for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So much so to the point where, like, you know, Miss Vanessa would sit there and be like, we're going to be the greatest old couple ever created. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like she legitimately stood by her man's side, and he legitimately changed. And being able to see that, right, just the inspiration, man. That's all it is just constant added inspiration. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, because again, we were able to see his truest lows of lows in life. And we were able to see his highest highs in life. And I don't mean winning championships. You know what I'm saying?
That's fact.
I mean going to the Atlanta Hawks versus Brooklyn Nets game just a couple months ago, right? A couple weeks ago. And him and his daughter breaking down what's going on the court.
Right.
That's his highest of highs. You know what I'm saying?
Him winking at his family as he drops 61 points calmly in his final game.
Like it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's 60 points. And I got to give a shout out to your boy Gordon Hayward. Mike Tirico told this story, and it was funny because I never paid attention to it. Now it just makes all the sense in the world. Kobe had 59, was at the line for his number 60, right? Gordon Hayward, to make sure that Kobe would have got 60, did a lane violation prior to, you know what I'm saying, him like prior to him shooting the shot, and Gordon said he was like, just in case he'd have missed it, I'd have made sure he'd have got his 60. That's who that man was, bro.
Facts.
That's who that man was. Like, where no matter the opposition, and that's the growth as well. Because, you know, earlier in his career, mid throughout his career, what was the number one thing? Oh man, everybody hates Kobe. Damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hate him because of his competitiveness, hate him because of how serious he was, all the whole nine, right? And then to see him grow into and age gracefully in the game.
Yeah.
Which not a lot of our athletes get a chance to do that. You know what I'm saying? And he was able to do that, and it's a beautiful thing.
So pretty much being able to see like Kobe's whole career, I do have to ask, like, what's your favorite like still of Kobe? Whether it be like a picture or maybe just like a 5-second clip. Like, what was your favorite one? Because there were so many great Kobe pictures. You know what I mean?
That's
that just like embodied.
It's hard, bro.
Embodied such like moments that were so much bigger than sports, you know, being able to sit there and just look at it. So like, what one for you was just like the one that just...
I'm telling you right now, it's especially because I didn't think of this answer.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't one that I can just say, but let me just spitball like just a couple that with the second you mentioned it came to my mind. First one was him and Gigi when she was like 8-ish at the All-Star game, and you know, they're like, she's looking up to him, he's looking down at her, and they're talking.
Yeah,
that's one of the first ones that come to my mind. Second one, hands down, was him and MJ his rookie year when they're both bent over. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
like I don't care what nobody says, that's monumental to me. Third one is him and Shaq. You know, him kissing the Larry O'Brien trophy while Shaq is kissing the MVP trophy, you know, the Finals MVP trophy. After they beat the Pacers.
Right.
Because, you know, Reggie didn't get a ring because of both Mike and Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Like Scotty didn't get a ring with fucking Portland because of Kobe. Again, Chris Webber is ringless because of Kobe.
Fact.
Jason Kidd got one only because he went and teamed up with the Mavs, but if it wasn't for that, he wouldn't have got one. Steve Nash doesn't have one because of Kobe. Like, you know how we always talk about like how the guys that MJ kept from getting the ring? Kobe's very similar.
Very similar.
AI doesn't have a ring because of Kobe, dog.
Fact.
AI, the answer. So, yeah, man.
LeBron didn't start winning championships until Kobe stopped making them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's a fact.
It is a fact.
That's a fact, man. Dwight. So Superman Dwight didn't win a chip.
He wasn't. That team was crazy. They overachieved. They overachieved.
He was unbelievable.
He was insane.
Those like 2-3 years.
Like I'm talking about, like, we saw him and they were like, when he became a Laker, you remember they were like, bro, like he could go down as like one of the best Laker bigs ever
of all time. And
that's like a crazy statement. Yeah. But we're not finna hop on the Dwight roller coaster because my feelings about him are a little.
Nah, I hear you.
But mine, bro, honestly, would probably have to be that little clip of like Matt Barnes like flinching the ball at his face, bro. Like flinching the ball at his face, bro, and him just like still like pacing back and forth, just like staring him down. And then the story behind that about like how he went in the off season and like recruited Matt Barnes to the Lakers that year.
Yes.
And his reasoning was like, if you're like crazy enough to like flinch a ball at my face, like I want to play next to you and stuff like that.
Let's give the man the credit. We will quote him word for word per Matt Barnes. If you're crazy enough to fuck with me, you can be on my team. Like, that's his mentality. Like, his mentality was like, yo, if you are crazy, like, if you're that insane where you think that you had, that you think that you could do something to get in my head. Right.
That you think you can fuck with me?
That's what I'm saying. He's like, I can fuck with you. I'm riding with you.
No cap, bro. And I just love that moment. Just like showing how fearless he was in every aspect of the game. You know, it's like he was almost like watching him. It was like watching like fucking, it must have been like watching like Hercules fucking fight, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was just such a warrior. And that's the way I love, like, they embody him, like, as a warrior.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he wasn't picking up a sword. He wasn't stepping into the ring. You know what I mean? But he was equally putting the same amount of blood, sweat, and tears into his craft and just leaving everything out there every time you saw him. And I love that about him. I love that about just the way that he just was able to go about sports, bro, and just life in general.
And you know, the legacy that he has created will forever. Like, can I see that real quick? Because I there's something that I got to play real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because it was something that like the first thing that came to me when I heard the news. Because like, so let's tell the people like the story of how you got the news. You know what I'm saying?
So I was taking my shawty home, and like I'm at Wawa, just like filling up my gas tank, and then Mike was actually the one that called me, and like we hop on the phone, and he's just like, "Yo, bro, like I don't know if you heard like what happened yet," and I'm like, "Nah, like what happened?" So then like he told me that Kobe had passed in a helicopter crash. And at first, like, my response to it was very similar to a lot of people's response. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, Facts. You're capping. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit's not true. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just figured, like, it's just Mike hopping on my phone to troll. Because, you know, we do a lot of fucking goofing around on the podcast. So you can only imagine how much we do when we're not on it.
Right. When the cameras aren't rolling.
So, like, all right. I'm like, all right, this motherfucker's trolling, like, blah, blah, blah. And then I could just hear it in his voice when he was like, nah, bro, like. The report shot, like, this is, like, serious.
This is confirmed.
And I was just at a loss for words, bro. Like, I started, like, fumbling my words around. And, like, after me and Mike hung up, like, I kind of just sat in the car and, like, I said it, like, to Jocelyn. I was like, I don't know, like, what to say right now. Right. Like, I'm just at a complete loss for words, you know? And then I think one of the first things I started doing is I just started talking about, again, like, how big it was for the basketball world to lose him. Mm-hmm. And then as we're driving, like, the reports came out that, like, his 4 daughters were, like, in the helicopter with him. And, like, that's when, at first, bro, I said immediately, I just started talking to God, bro, in my head. I was just like, bro, like, please don't, like, you know what I mean? Like,
please don't let it be true.
Please don't let that be true. Like, it's just it's too much. You know, like, I couldn't bear the thought of their mom finding out that information. You know, and obviously, like, with the loss they acquired, it's hard enough as it is. But losing your entire family,
losing innocent, you know, because at the end of the day, while 42 is still young, right? 42, that's how old?
I think he's 41.
Okay,
pretty much
in his 40s, right?
Right.
That's still young. He still lived.
Mm-hmm.
Losing. You know, the young angel that is Gigi, right? And then when, like you said, like hearing initial reports of like all of his daughters were with him, like, so hearing, like, just thinking like of the young beautiful girls that unfortunately wouldn't be able to, which thank God was a false report,
right?
Yeah, bro, that shit, I feel you, bro.
And it's just like, it's not even just that. Like, you hear it, like, I'm thinking about her mom. I'm thinking about, like, they're going into school Monday morning. There's going to be like an announcement over, you know what I mean, the loudspeakers. And like, they're talking about like kids that were just like sitting in a chair, like 3 seats down from them a week ago. Like, you're never going to see that girl again.
And you know? And real quick, bro, because I'm going to play this real quick. But what's her name? Like, that was the one thing, because on Twitter, like, I started, you know me, I hate social media, bro. But I had to hop on, and I hopped onto, you know, our page. And like, I was telling people, like, number one, like, stop with these false fucking reports, because y'all are saying some wild shit that, like, need to chill.
Mm-hmm.
Until things are confirmed, like, shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I even told my sister, she was like, oh my God. And I was like, yo, that's a false report. Like, stop giving credence to false reports.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because you see it come across the timeline doesn't mean it's fact. You know what I'm saying? And then two, the other thing was how, I don't know if you saw, bro, but like a lot of people were commenting on LeBron's Instagram page and shit like that. Listen, man, confirm nor deny whatever the fuck you want to believe is whatever you want to believe, but have some class. That's all that and I tweeted that. Like, you want to think whatever you want to think, whatever. That is your prerogative,
like the
to have your
conspiracy theories and stuff like that.
That's on you to have whatever thoughts you want to have. Okay. Yeah. But for Vanessa's sake, for the Bryant family's sake, for the 3 little girls that lost, a sister and their father, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
I think, like you said, it's about class. There's a time and a place for everything. You know what I mean? There's no reason for, and again, we live in a country where it's freedom of speech. But like, imagine if that was your sibling, parent, whatever you want, friend, and a bunch of people are sitting here hopping on social media talking about like, oh, like the government killed him, or like how ironic is it that
Illuminati,
you know what I mean, that LeBron, and like, bro, you know me of all people. I am one of those people, bro.
Yeah,
and
I am as well.
I truthfully believe that could be a scenario in this, and I'm not finna hop into it. But like you said, there's little girls out there that are finna have to wake up tomorrow morning without a dad and without a sister, and like they're gonna be on social media and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And this is just the last thing they need to see at this point in time.
Because Gigi was the middle child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a part of the middle children.
Pretty
much. They
much.
have 4. You know what I mean? They have one who's older. You know what I mean? And like you just said, she's gonna hop on social media eventually, and to see anything remotely close to that, man, it's like we got to be better. Us as humans, right? If there's anything that we can learn from this tragedy, us as humans have to be better.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, let's take this moment and become better. It's so like let's not take this tragedy in vain, right? Make it mean something, right? Make it mean something and just become better. You know what I'm saying? And real quick, I just got to play this little clip.
I'm about to say, you probably got to turn it up.
Yeah.
Heroes get remembered, but legends... Remember, kid, there's heroes and there's legends. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. Follow your heart, kid, and you never go wrong.
And that was it right there. There's heroes and there's legends. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. And the legacy that he has left us with, he will never die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody who he's touched, either physically or through 3rd, 4th, 5th party, right? Me and you, who he's touched, and we've never met the man. I had the opportunity one time to potentially meet him, and I didn't. And it's crazy as shit, because like, you can ask Mike this shit. Like, it was like, yo, Mike, like, bro, come on, bro, it's Kobe. Like, we gotta meet this bull, bro. And you know what I'm saying? We were running late to this party or whatever. By the time we got there, he had already left. I met Robert Horry there and all that other stuff. But point being is, like, I look back at that and it's just like, fuck, bro, because
you've met Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that is probably the closest thing that I could equate.
And Kobe were
that I can equate to in the sports pantheon, about how much they mean to their individual sport, how much they just mean to the sports world in general. And just it's like standing next to a giant. Like, it is almost the way that you described it to me. You know what I mean? Like standing among a fucking demigod. Like, we both bleed, bro, but I'm not sure if you bleed red. Like, you might bleed like green or like blue or something.
What might pierce me might not necessarily pierce you.
Like, you know what I mean? And Kobe was of the same echelon.
1,000,000%.
So I could only imagine, like, I say it all the time to you, and it's something that I hold myself I'm very proud of. Like, I don't get starstruck a lot. Like, you know what I mean? There's not a lot of people on this earth that I would see and I'd be like stuck for like words defined for them. Like, you know, usually it's just like, bro, you're another individual. You just got a lot more money than me. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna dap you up, bro. But like you said, like, Kobe was a legend. bro. Like he's not just your typical everyday celebrity.
No.
You know, like he was a legend, bro. It's meeting Leonardo DiCaprio.
It's all of the above, like you said. It's like Hercules, right? Because and here's this story. Me and Mike, you know, we were going to LeBron James party after the ESPYs and all that, and I wasn't excited to meet LeBron James. No disrespect to him. I respect him as a basketball player. I respect him as a human.
I respect him as I think we both respect him as a human more than we do a basketball player.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All of the above. I respect him as a businessman. All the above. But you can ask Mike this. The person that I was excited to meet was Maverick, which is LeBron's manager. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's for personal reasons or whatever. But point being is, like, for me, not even LeBron, who is the king, who, you know, is one of the greatest basketball players, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right?
Yeah.
All the above.
Right.
I wasn't even, like, that excited to meet him as much as, like, it sucked when I didn't have the chance to meet Kobe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed to sit here and say, like, I've met a lot of great people, you know, or people that have accomplished great things in their sports arena. But I'm not gonna lie, man. That one's gonna stick with me for a long time, because it's like the what ifs and the could have beens, you know.
Just even like a 2-minute conversation.
Just see, the thing about me is when I meet certain people, I don't really, like, I have conversations with them, but the biggest thing that I do is I just want to let them know, like, not only have you impacted, because I love giving people the roses. You know what I'm saying? I love giving people roses. So, like, letting them know, like, yo, you have impacted the world. Great job.
Right.
Great fucking job.
Literally.
Like, when I met Derek Jeter, bro, that was DJ. What up?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like, and he walked us through and all that shit. Like, he showed us mad love, and I just let him know. I just, listen, so I just wanted to let you know, like, you are a human being that will live on throughout time.
Change the world for the better.
Yes.
You know, like, the world would be different today without you in it. And that's why, like, I don't understand how you can, like people can hate sports, you know? I feel like I get, like, where people, like, don't like the type of individuals that play sports and stuff like that. But in general, like, sports are the closest thing that we have to, like, real life plays, bro, and, like, stories anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, literally, like, we're probably never have an event like the Avengers, like, happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, the world is never about to be destroyed by an alien invader, and Captain America is not going to pop up and, like, save us, bro.
Right.
But, like, watching Tom Brady come back, like, from, like, 28-3 in the Super Bowl.
Watching Kobe hit so many of those game winners.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, bro, like, it seems like something that wouldn't happen. It seems like something that you would write down in a story, you know what I mean? And, like, make a fictional tale about it. And then when you hear it played back, it's like, bro, like, that's like a real account of events. Mm-hmm. Like, that really transpired that way.
Like, hold up, wait, this wasn't fiction.
Right.
This actually happened.
Right.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's just it's so surreal being able to live through those moments. And, you know, I'm just very thankful that I got to live through Cobes, you know, and got to live through a lot of that. Like, how many superstars today wouldn't even be around if it wasn't for Kobe? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how many superstars today's games are emulated off of things that Kobe did, you know? While Kobe emulated MJ, you know what I mean? Kobe in the ISO was a different type of shooter than MJ was. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and MJ will say it himself, like, that was the one part of Kobe's game that was better than MJ's. Like, you know what I mean? From deep, bro, as a sharpshooter, Kobe helped to revolutionize the guard position, you know, because he played through all three of the eras of basketball that I've been alive for, you know what I mean? That late 90s basketball, that gritty basketball, you know, transpired into that early 2000s basketball, which is pretty much like kind of in between where we are now and then, you know, and he was able to flourish in all three of those phases, you know.
It's funny because like me and Mike, we were working on a show for him to do, and the company that was the production company behind it was a company that Kobe built. So, you know, it was funny because, you know, when we're taking a tour of the place, they're like, yeah, you know, this was Kobe's home right here. Like, he built this shit. And I was just like, I looked at Mike and I was like, bro, like, we can do this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, again, just added on inspiration. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So real quick, bro, because, you know, I want to wrap it up, you know, in a couple of minutes. Do me a favor. Can you cue up the you know, his short, so that way we can ride out to that.
Got you.
And then real quick, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give all of the victims their names because they deserve it. You know, they all deserve to be recognized. Obviously, this whole entire episode is about Kobe, and Kobe, thank you so much. We love you, you know, but unfortunately, he wasn't the only one that, you know, passed in this tragedy. So to Kobe Bean Bryant, you know, to his beautiful young daughter, Gianna Bryant, to, you know, baseball coach, and I'm sorry if I butcher any of these names. I'm horrible at names. I apologize, but know that I say all of this with the utmost respect and love. Baseball coach John Altobelli, his wife Carrie, and their daughter Alyssa. Also, you know, mother and daughter Sarah Payton. Sarah and Peyton Chester, and Mamba Academy coach Christina Mosser, and pilot Ara Zabayan. Again, I know that I butchered names, and I mean it with all due respect. There is no disrespect coming from me. It's just I apologize. I'm a horrible reader. I'm horrible with names. You know, and with that being said, may you all rest in peace. May your families in this unbelievable time of need, may you guys find some sort of solace knowing that I don't know, just prayers and thoughts go out to, you know, your families. Prayers and thoughts go out to you guys. Kobe, thank you so much for being the inspiration that you were. Gigi, may you rest in peace, little angel, you beautiful little angel. And yeah, that's all I got.
And let's just take another little moment of silence for the rest of the individuals that were affected in that plane crash, whether it be the ones who passed or their loved ones and family members that are going to have to deal with this tragedy. So. And before we do get out of here, I do got two things that I just really wanted to harp on. Just for everybody. So on those days where, you know, like it's hard to get out of bed, you know, whether it be you're swamped with work, you know, whether it be you're just going through things in your personal life and you just can't find the motivation to get up and do the things that you need to do to make sure that you're successful and continuing with your success. Dive deep, yo, and find that inner Mamba mentality, you know, to pull through on the days where you feel as though you can't, you know, and show the world that you can. That can't shouldn't be a word that's in your vocabulary. And I get that's a corny ass saying, bro, but it's really true, you know, because at the end of the day, it's not can you or can't you. It's either you did or you didn't, you know. And some days I get it's going to be harder than the next or the ones that were lied before. But you gotta really dig down sometimes and just will it. And the second to last thing is just make time for the people that you care about. You know, make time for your loved ones. Make time to repair relationships that were broken that are still meaningful to you. You know, because as this goes to show, and as has kind of been a narrative with this entire situation, tomorrow is not promised, you know.
And anybody can be touched.
So whether it be taking that 2 hours a week to go sit down with your grandparents and have dinner, whether it be, you know, like taking the extra 45 minutes to talk to your child each day and hear about their day and hear about, you know, their aspirations and, you know, different things they want to do with their life. Taking that one day a week to go on a date with your significant other.
Yeah.
That's why I say it all the time, why I hate Valentine's Day. I hate Valentine's Day. If you, and it's not, you know what I mean, for the funny reasons and the jokes that we can make about it,
right.
But it's genuinely for the reason that if you need to take one day a year to show, in my case, the females in your life that you love them, do you really love them? You know what I mean? If you need that reminder to go out of your way to show somebody that you love them, do you really?
Facts.
You know, take every day to, even if it's just a little 2-minute text, 20-second text, you know what I mean? Whether it's just doing a little favor for somebody. Shit, my mom worked till 4:30 today. So I made sure that the house looked good when she got, like, you know what I mean? When she was getting off of work, and she ain't have nothing to stress about. And that was just my little way to show you that I love you, you know?
I got your back.
Just spread love. There's enough hate and sadness in this world with everything that we got to go through on an everyday basis, yo. So take the time while you can to share that love and share that positivity. Don't just wait around for the moment to come. Create that moment.
Yeah. And just real quick, I want to applaud Nike because they've shown time and time again that they're a conscious company. And the reason why I say that is because, you know, they pulled all of Kobe's sales. They've refunded people that have bought things since Sunday, Kobe related. There's only one thing on the Nike site that you can buy in Nike stores right now that you can buy, and it's like a Lakers thing. It's not even like a full Kobe thing. And that's because they're like, we're not capitalizing off of this man's death.
Right.
And a lot of aftermarket, you know, shoe places have started pulling their Kobe gear because it's not right,
bro. In a capitalistic society, that is such a great little news piece right there, and that genuinely gives you hope. That, because you know how I feel about big business in America, that genuinely gives you hope that there's still humanity
in business.
You
can have a heart and still do great business.
Hate that term. It's just business. It's just war. It's just people's livelihoods. It's just the way that you're looked at and represented for the rest of time.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Definitely want to, you know, give them props. I want to give everybody props that has shared their stories. Probably the most moving one to me was T-Max. Like hearing him talk about him and, you know, because, you know, him and Kobe not only grew up together essentially, right? Yep. But battled, became enemies. And then through fatherhood became best friends again. So much so to the point where like when T-Mac broke down, like it killed me when he was talking, when he said that, you know, like T-Mac has his daughters in AAU, Kobe has his daughter Gigi in AAU, and, you know, T-Mac's daughters are a little bit younger, so they didn't play against each other. So, but they would always support each other's team. So they would always go watch each other's games. And like, you know, for him to sit there and say, like, he would always tell, you know, Gigi, you know, go kill him. And then she would respond back, well, don't worry about it, Uncle Mac. You know what I'm saying? Like, like that was probably the most moving one that I've heard thus far. But you know, just ending on a positive note, ending on a happy note. That's why I wanted to mention Nike and applaud them. And you know what I'm saying? Like, this is it. You know what I mean? Episode 33, Keep It a Full Buck podcast, brother. I'm extremely proud of you, man. I like the growth and everything that you do, and how we could continue to attack and grow the pod. Proud of you, bro. Just want you to know that.
Proud of you too, bro. Love you.
Love you.
I wish I had a little speech prepared to dictate all the things that you do for me on and off the pod, but you know, it would be too long to end the episode with. So, you know what I mean? To my sensei, Always appreciate you.
My brother's keeping will always be. My brother know that.
Come on, man. And to everybody that's still out here listening, whether you listen to this episode for 5 minutes, whether you're rocking out with us to the end, we love you. 100%. We appreciate you. We hope that you have a blessed and positive week, and for everybody who this death not only just rattled because of the news itself, but because you're able to relate it to things that have happened to you in the past or things that you're currently going through. Our hearts go out to you. Know that there's no time period on grieving, there's no time period on pain. So I'm sure if you're listening to this point, you're somebody who's very dear to the both of us. Know that we are always here to listen, to talk, to be there for our loved ones, and even be there for the people that just need us to be there.
Absolutely, 100%. So, if even if we're not the tightest of people, but you listen to us because you vibe with us or whatever, as my brother just said, thank you, and just know this: you can count on us. We're gonna be here. The legacy will continue. The marathon will continue. To quote another great dad.
The marathon will continue.
Indeed.
R.I.P.
This week, we have another Glen Keane masterpiece. Hey guys, Maury from LuminAmazing.com. If you're new here, each week we cover
So it was more just like them covering the actual short itself. I've been trying to find this short, but I'm not sure if because it won an Oscar, you have to pay for it or what?
No, I got you. Because like I said, I recently had watched it with Javi. Hold on one second. Sorry for the silence. Sorry for this part. We were a little unprepared for this.
A little disoriented. We usually got another funny guy here to fill out the silent moments, even though he creates some of them himself. But
that's a big fact,
man.
Dear basketball, from the moment I started rolling my dad's tube socks and shooting imaginary game-winning shots in the Great Western Forum, I knew one thing was real. I fell in love with you. A love so deep, I gave you my all, from my mind and body to my spirit and soul. As a 6-year-old boy, deeply in love with you, I never saw the end of the tunnel. I only saw myself running out of one. And so I ran. I ran up and down every court after every loose ball for you. You asked for my hustle. I gave you my heart. Because it came with so much more. I played through the sweat and the hurt. Not because challenge called me, but because you called me. I did everything for you. Because that's what you do when someone makes you feel as alive as you've made me feel. You gave a 6-year-old boy his Laker dream. And I'll always love you for it. But I can't love you obsessively for much longer. This season is all I have left to give. My heart can take the pounding. My mind can handle the grind. But my body knows it's time to say goodbye. And that's okay. I'm ready to to let you go. I want you to know now, so we both can savor every moment we have left together. The good and the bad. We have given each other all that we have. And we both know, no matter what I do next, I'll always be that kid with the rolled up socks, garbage can in the corner, 5 seconds on the clock, ball in my hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You know, it's, I can't believe how fast 20 years went by. I mean, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. And, you know, to be standing here at center court with you guys, my teammates behind me, and appreciating all this, you know, the journey that we've been on. You know, we've been through our ups and been through our downs. And I think the most important part is that we all stayed together throughout. You know, I grew up a diehard Laker fan. Diehard. I mean, I knew everything about every player that's ever played here. So to be drafted and then traded to this organization and to spend 20 years here, I mean, you can't write something better than this. And I'm more proud of the fact that not about the championships, but about the down years. Because we didn't run. We didn't run. We played through all that stuff, and we got our championships, and we did it the right way. And all I can do here is just thank you guys. Thank you guys for all the years of support. Thank you guys for all the motivation. Thank you for all the inspiration. And, you know, what's funny, the thing that had me cracking up all night long was the fact that I go through 20 years of everybody screaming to pass the ball. Then on the last night, they're like, don't pass it. This has been absolutely beautiful, you guys. I can't believe it's come to an end. You guys will always be in my heart. And I sincerely appreciate it. No words can describe how I feel about you guys. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. God, I love you guys. And I love you guys. And my family, my wife Vanessa, our daughters Natalia and Gianna, you know, thank you guys for all your sacrifice. You know, for all the hours I spent in the gym working and training. And Vanessa, you holding down the family the way that you have. I can't, there's no way that I can thank you enough for that. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And what can I say? Mamba out.